Welcome to the True Grime Stories podcast, where in every episode, we'll unravel a new mystery of cleaning business transformation from a grimy mess to a great success. Join me, your host, Jeannie Henderson, as together we dig up cleaning business secrets that you've been dying to know. Hello, everyone out there in the residential cleaning industry. I'm Jeannie Henderson, your host for today's episode of True Grime Stories. This is a great day to be here because you're going to meet one of my friends in the residential cleaning industry right here in Michigan, where I'm located. And she has made big changes in her business over the last several years. And I know she's got some great stories to share. So thank you so much for joining us today, Darlene. We're so glad to have you.
Hi, Jeannie. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Let me tell everybody a little bit about you. So Darlyn Theisen, did I say that right?
Yes.
That's great. Okay, Darlene is with Cleaning Solutions here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. If you're not sure where that's at, Central Michigan University is there, and I almost went there, so I love Mount Pleasant. And she has been in business since 2001 and really differentiates her business with professionalism, compassion, and a commitment to her clients and her team. She really focuses on having a well-trained staff and really involved in her community. So she really wants to create a positive impact one home at a time. And so this is something that I think is near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, Darlene. So it sounds like your heart kind of drew you into the cleaning business.
Sort of. It kind of fell in my lap. I started out in 2001 helping a friend of a friend. Wasn't planning on doing this for long, but the owner was, a few months in, the owner was going to move away out of state, and she owed me $85. And she asked if I wanted to take over her clients for that instead of the $85. And I said, sure, because I didn't know what else to do at the time. I thought I'd do it for a little while till I figured out what I was going to do in the future. So I got a bucket of cleaning supplies, a mop, and about 8 to 10 clients. And I asked a friend if she wanted to help me out. We started cleaning, and then I just cleaned for a lot of years. It took a while to realize I could make it into a business. But
so you bought a business for $85.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
That's a really cool story. And so how long did you clean like that in the field?
Oh gosh. Probably 14 to 15 years. Okay. Every now and then I would be able to get out for a little bit, but I was hiring people, anybody who showed up. And so it didn't last long. I didn't know how to hire. I didn't really know what to do. So people would come and go. It wasn't until I found, it was probably 2018 that I found Facebook cleaning groups and started realizing there was people out there like me, and started realizing that there was programs and things that I could do. And that's kind of when I started making more changes.
Yeah, isn't that amazing when you're like, oh, I don't have to do this all by myself. I'm not all alone. There are other people.
Yes.
Darlene and I were talking before we started recording about just our mutual friends in the cleaning industry. And it's such a great community, but it's crazy how long, like I went alone for quite a while too. And it's like, I had no idea that there was such a vibrant cleaning community out there where I could find support.
Yes.
Yeah. So, so you started in the cleaning business, and you're going along, this is True Grime Stories. And so we know that being an entrepreneur can be a dirty, grimy business. Often we don't foresee all the things that we need to know to run a business, right? Just stuff we didn't think about.
Yep.
And of course, there's, a new fire every day that we start to put out. We often talk about being firemen and all that kind of stuff. So thinking about that, what is one of your grime stories, a time when you knew that I have to change this, or it was threatening your business's growth or success. What's one of those grime scenes that comes to mind?
So when we started growing a little bigger, we actually bought an office, and it did help with some of the chaos, but I still had staffing issues. I still had quality and reliability issues. And I realized that it couldn't go on that way. There was too much chaos and everything.
What did an average chaotic day look like for you?
Cancellations for clients, at the time we're supposed to be there, a lot of call-ins, just broken communication quite a bit, not managing expectations on anybody's end. So I wasn't proactive, I was reactive. And
yeah, I'm getting goosebumps as you talk about that, because it takes me back to when I was in that same spot. Oh.
And I didn't realize at the time really what having systems meant. I thought I did because I had a CRM finally in 2018. I had improved a little bit communication amongst everyone. I had put in more policies, but I didn't enforce them, because back then I thought to be a good boss, I had to give in a lot. And since we've learned better, I've realized that having boundaries in place and having clear policies and sticking to things actually gives everybody a better work environment and makes everyone enjoy their job and not stress or dread anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So about what size is your team at this point?
We have 12 cleaners, actually 11 cleaners. I do have one part-time still that only works. It's a side job, but we have 11 full-time cleaners and 2 office staff.
Okay. And then when you realized this problem, how big was your business?
I had probably 14 to 15, sometimes more part-time, but sometimes part-time was 1-2 days a week, because that's all they would come for. And I didn't have office staff until 2021.
Okay. Yeah. That's a whole other chaotic thing right there that we see a lot in the residential cleaning industry, is that that part-time team, right? We don't realize how much chaos just having part-timers causes. That's a whole other a whole other issue. So, creating some structure for your team, that kind of thing, made a big difference. Was that kind of the big solution to your chaos problem?
I think what started the big solution, because it made things easier to follow on, was honestly though joining CBF, learning about empowered pay and solo cleaners. That helped so much. Once we joined CBF in 23 and we got the modules, just realized how many things could be fixed that I didn't know there was a solution to. I just thought it was part of business. Once we put all of that in place, we ended up completely switching over our staff. It's a hard thing for some people to change to, which I understand, and that's fine.
Right. Yeah. They didn't sign on for the new job that you were creating.
Right.
Yeah. And that's just the reality of change.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for everybody.
No, exactly. Yeah. So that gave me time to start working more on improving the policies, the handbook, all those things that I knew. And we had some of it, but it just needed more structure for that. And so once we got working through those things, the chaos just kind of calmed down. I mean, I'm not saying we never have it anymore.
Right.
Right.
They're human. We employ human beings. So
yeah, exactly. Yes.
They're unpredictable. So of all the things that you just mentioned, so you mentioned, changing your structure. Were you working on teams prior to that?
Yeah, we had We had been teams of 2 or 3 up until about a year before I joined CBF, because I did purchase the speed cleaning, train the trainer and train the cleaner, and I thought I implemented it correctly. So we did switch to solos, but I didn't have the pay part.
Yeah, and it's like all of the ingredients that you need to make it work. So the training is a piece of it, and converting to solo cleaning is a piece of it. Were they driving their own vehicles all the time?
Yes, we did. We did have a couple of work vehicles because we thought we were going to get enough, a fleet of them. We hadn't gotten to that point. So I was having them drive their cars. I was paying them, but that was another big thing to change, was just getting rid of those 2 vehicles and saying, this is the way it is, and it's the way it's always going to be.
Yeah, and it's interesting how we think building a fleet of vehicles means we've made it.
Yeah.
In the cleaning industry, and actually not so much. I had a fleet. I had 5.
Yeah.
And people think, well, I've got this fleet and they're beautiful and, all of this, but think about the amount of dollars, amount of time that you spend maintaining those vehicles, the gasoline, the insurance. It was a full-time job practically for my husband to take care of vehicles and do laundry when we first started out.
Yes.
And all of that went away when we switched over to the model that you're talking about. And, for people out there who are like, well, this is what everybody does. Everybody works on teams. That's what customers expect. When you started shifting into this new model, I think a lot of people have fear of that because they start thinking of all the negatives, right? Like all the bad things that are going to happen, that clients aren't going to like it and all the employees are going to quit and, all this kind of stuff. But what are the good, what actually did happen? Like, how do the clients like the model that you run now? How do your team members like it? Because that's really the result that we're looking for.
Yeah, the client, we had some clients that didn't like it until we explained it to them that there's more accountability this way. There's no finger pointing. I didn't miss it. She missed it. I didn't miss it. He missed it.
Right.
That there's with the training that we did to better quality in the same amount of time. Some clients didn't like that. We were there longer than a team was there. Yeah. But once they got used to it and saw what it was producing for them, they were fine. The team itself, the team that I had at the time when we switched, didn't like it at all.
Because change is hard.
It is very hard. A few of them did. I have a recent new hire that came to us from another cleaning company that worked in big teams. And she's been with us a few weeks now, and she told me she loves the solo model. She loves not wondering what her partner's doing, if things are getting done right, if, all that stuff. And they really like making a better paycheck because they get to keep what from each job for themselves. It's all just kind of one happy little. I just lost my train of thought.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so much good that comes out of it. People and those who have never tried, switching to this model, which truly is the most profitable model in the system. And it creates more accountability, which goes back to the expectations and the policies and discipline and all of that. But people just focus on all the negatives.
Yeah.
And yes, you are going to lose some employees. Yes, you're going to lose some clients, but those weren't the clients you wanted. Those weren't the employees you needed.
Oh, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. But now you've built up this business. How many recurring clients do you have now?
I think we are at 172.
Okay. Yeah. So approaching 200 clients, and you're probably serving more clients now with fewer people, right?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And that whole part-time thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of circling back on that, like just think about like the number of conversations that you have to have when you have part-time people versus the number of conversations you have to have when you have a full-time team.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's crazy the difference. And you're not trying to do your schedule with, well, Janice can work Monday and Tuesday and Kathy works Friday and, but they're, just, and
Yeah.
then when a part-timer calls off, it's even more disruptive because that's the
Yes.
only days they can work.
Yeah, and if you don't have someone you can slide into that spot, you get kind of left in a messy situation. We try to not disrupt our clients' service, so we want to make sure we always have, we're able to fill them in when something happens. I thought back before we joined CBF, I think we had 17 part-timers, so we thought we had made it because we had so many people available, and it didn't take very long to realize that we were wrong. Because we still had to deal with the call-ins, we still had to deal with time off, which is fine. Everybody deserves time off, but it's that last minute stuff that tends to send everything into a tailspin. So
right, yeah.
Once we were able to see the value in offering full-time, requiring that, it just smoothed scheduling out so nicely. Like, the one thing I'm kicking myself for is not joining everything sooner than I did.
Yeah, we try to figure it out by ourselves, though, don't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is a really amazing talk about how major changes can have major results. And right now you're running a business that's probably bigger than the one you had before, but with significantly fewer people. So you're not dealing with 17 personalities.
Yes.
You're dealing with 11,
Right.
That's huge.
Yes.
When you think about all the conversations and all the mood swings and, they bring their personal problems, all that kind of stuff. So that's so great. Well, let's pause here because I want to come back and kind of talk about how that's changed your life now that we've learned that you've made these major changes. So we talked about CBF, and I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to learn more about CBF, or what is called Cleaning Business Fundamentals. So here's a message from our sponsor, CBF. Is your cleaning business a grime story? There's no need to stay stuck in the muck because you're not alone. With over 500 active members and more than 500 graduates of our Cleaning Business Fundamentals program, CBF is the #1 cleaning business academy in the world and has created more mop-free millionaires than any program in the industry. Learn more and let CBF take your residential cleaning business from a grime story to a gleaming success. Welcome back to True Grime Stories. We're here with Darlyn Theisen, who is the owner of Cleaning Solutions in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And we are talking about making major changes to get major results here in this story. So, Darlyn, when you made these big changes, I'm sure it was scary.
Yes, very much.
Yeah. And so how did you deal with that fear of making these big changes and that process?
I just knew something had to change, and I just had to plow forward through it to get to the other side and just deal with it as it came up, because I knew I couldn't sustain my life like that forever.
Yeah. What was your life like before the changes personally?
Yeah, I would dread opening the emails. I would dread if the phone rang after hours, because that's another thing it took me a while to put in place. Was we have phone hours, we have boundaries, we have office hours, because everyone deserves downtime, including business owners.
Yeah, right. We deserve it.
Yeah. Just a lot less stress once I got through it. When I was working through it, I second guessed every decision. I worried about my team and what was going to happen. But then as things changed, as people left or people accepted, it just got a little easier and a little easier until we finally made the full transition and everybody was on board. or left. And it just suddenly one day I realized I didn't dread the voicemail or the email anymore. I was okay with it. I was actually excited because it might mean a new happy client, or it might mean somebody was just wanting to say thank you. It was great. All that stuff.
Oh my gosh. It's huge.
Very
Like,
much.
what a shift in the quality of your hours and your days.
Mm-hmm.
And I do. I just get so goosebumpy when we talk about this kind of stuff because I've lived it too, and I've seen a lot of other people live it, and it's not meant to be that way. Business should be joyful,
Yes.
yet we end up, and nobody starts a business to be stressed and worn out all the time, but that's what ends up happening, and then we think that's what owning a business is.
Right.
But it doesn't have to be that way when you have the right structure set apart in your business. So now you've got joy in your business. And has it created some other like freedom or, profitability? What are some of the other positive results that you've seen by taking these big, scary steps and making big changes?
Yeah, it's enabled us to be able to do more in the community. We have I want to call it every month. One of our team picks a local charity, and we donate a portion of proceeds of new recurring clients to them. So far we've helped out quite a few local-based community or nonprofits.
That is so cool.
Yeah, the team really likes it. Every now and then.
How do you choose like which employee gets to do it?
So I get one of those online wheel curators, and everybody who hasn't done it yet this year goes on there. And then, so once a month we'll spin that and choose it. I do a little video, send it out to them with a thank you message. It was kind of eye-opening for me to see how much they all enjoyed that. In the past, I had employees who were only out for what was for them.
Yeah.
And this crew I have now, every time they get picked or someone new comes on team and then they see that next one, they're so excited and happy to be able to do that. And that was really heartwarming to me. I was really glad that it was something I started. And it just makes me happy to be able to do that for them and for the different local charities that we have.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. My heart is just so happy hearing that. I love it. And one of the great things that we can do for our team is help them love their job.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
I mean, it makes your life better, but like it just impacts them in so many ways. And so I love how your business is, like that pebble in a pond, creating all these, changes around you and changing people's lives. And some of those people, and this is huge, some of those people might not have ever donated money to anything ever in their life.
Right.
There are people who go through their entire existence never donating, never volunteering their time, and they're missing out because of the joy that comes from giving, right? And you're teaching them this amazing joy. What a gift you're giving your people.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I like that they can see that even every little touch means something. Even if it's them going through us, it's still showing them the possibilities and letting them feel good about it. And it's just something I think that I'm excited to expand as we grow. So yeah, we just like it.
Well, that's a great example for our industry. This is like a little bonus tip for everyone out there who's listening to this episode, because not only are you sharing how big change makes a big difference, but you're also sharing how inspiring your team, helps create a better workplace for everyone. So yeah, that's so great. I love that. So, now with your business the way it is now, kind of what's your long range goal? Like, what are you hoping for the future?
So short term, we want to get to that that $1 million run rate that we talk about in CBF. Yeah. And then past that, I'm for myself long-term and looking for more time freedom. I don't live in my hometown, so I would like to go visit my family more. We're actually building ourselves a cabin up there, so we have a place
Where's
to stay.
that?
Up in Munising, in the Upper Peninsula.
I love Munising.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Wow, you grew up there by Pictured Rocks.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can see Lake Superior from our cafeteria in our high school.
Oh my
yeah.
Oh my gosh, how heavenly. That is such a beautiful place. Yeah. Anybody who has never checked it out, check out Pictured Rocks. Is that a national park?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's the most beautiful thing. People, one of those treasures that people don't know about. Well, how wonderful. What a great thing that would be.
Yes.
Yeah. Spend more time there.
Yeah. I missed it. I still miss living there. I miss the water. Obviously, we had so much water around us. Moving to Central Michigan, we have a river, which is nice, but it's not the same as a giant lake.
No.
Backyard.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So yeah, just that travel, spend more time with the family. Some of my kids do work for us, and my sister-in-law is our general manager. So I want to bring them up with us. I want to be able to continue to provide great for them. And then I don't know. We'll see. My goals change monthly as things change for us. But I don't know. So
right. Well, I remember I never thought having $1 million business would be my goal, right? And then when I saw other people doing it, I'm like, but wait, if they can do it, I can do that. And
yes.
You're in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I'm in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I just didn't think that we could build these big businesses in these towns, but they're really that can be, and even beyond that. So congratulations on your growth. I know great things are coming for you, and I want to have you back on because we were talking about something before we started recording that I really want to talk about with you a little bit later. So hopefully we'll circle back and have you back on True Grime Stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So before we leave, what's one thing that you wish you would have known before you got started, or one piece of advice or, strategy that you just carry with you forward that's really helped you out?
Honestly, join CBF, join a program. I'm not just saying that. I did this for so many years, trial and error, trying to figure things out, not knowing that was there. A little envious of people who find it in the very beginning of their businesses. You can do so much when you have help. And that's the biggest thing I've got is the community. I've made some great connections, and there's always somebody willing to help when I get stuck. You're not alone when you join something like that. And that has been my biggest takeaway.
Yeah. Don't go it alone. It's so true. I work with a group of cleaning business owners inside of CBF, and many of them are startups. And I always say that to them. I'm like, I'm so jealous. I wish I would have found a coach before I started. So it's a great piece of advice, and leaning into community, and don't try to figure it out. It's work. It's change. Making all these changes is hard work, and it can be scary, but you're doing it with other people who've done it ahead of you. So it gives you that faith and confidence that it's actually going to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I remember when I first heard some of these ideas that we've now implemented in our business, I'm like, that's crazy. I'm never going to be able to do that. And now look at us, here we are, and running these really great businesses using these models. So yeah, that's great advice. Well, thank you so much, Darlene. And I am excited to watch your business continue to grow and thrive. And I want to see pictures of your cabin up there in the UP of Michigan. That's such a beautiful place. And that's really what we do it for, is to improve our lives and just create more opportunities for joy. Entrepreneurship does not have to be full of stress and busyness. It doesn't have to.
Right. Absolutely. I agree 100%.
And you're setting a great example for that. So thank you. And so thanks for being with us. And For all of our listeners out there, I want to thank you because you're the ones that are helping True Grime Stories to grow. So be sure and give us your review today after you listen to today's episode. Be sure and share this with your friends and listen again. Go back and check out some of our other episodes. We're so glad that you found True Grime Stories, and we hope to see you back here on our next episode. Thanks, everybody. That's a wrap on today's True Grime Stories. Thanks for joining us in uncovering the secrets of cleaning business success. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and download, and check out our show notes for links and info from today's episode, and to learn more about our sponsor, Cleaning Business Fundamentals. Join us next time as we solve another True Grime story.